Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new Knight's Thoughts. As always, I'm your host, Saudi Knight, and today I would like to give you my thoughts on the recent alpha build of Atlas Reactor, currently being developed by Trion World. So, what is Atlas Reactor? Well, it is a 4v4 simultaneous turn-based strategy game. Now, you might be wondering, how is that even possible? Well, if you've heard of games such as Frozen Cortex or Frozen Synapses, both developed by Mode 7, then you might pick up this game quite easily. However, Atlas Reactor takes a different approach to the genre. As I said, it is a 4v4 matchup, and the objective is to score 5 kills, or the team with the most kills within 20 turns wins. All players have a 30-second time limit in order to choose what skill he or she would like to use, and or where to move. Once everyone locks in, or the timer runs out, the simulation starts in 4 phases. Prep, where buffs, debuffs, and traps are implemented. Dash, which are skills that allow the player to move before the blast phase and possibly deal damage. Blast phase is when the damage dealing happens, and finally, the move phase. These phases happen in this order, and skills are categorized based on these phases. Each freelancer, as the game calls them, has one basic skill, 3 other skills that have cooldowns, and 1 ultimate that cannot be triggered unless the player gathers 100 energy, which can be gained by skills or on the field. You can only do one type of skill and move unless it is a dash skill, therefore you cannot move after that. Or is a skill that is considered free, which gives you the opportunity to do another skill and or move. These skills also have mods that can be equipped before a match to enhance your skills, but there is a loadout limit of 10, which each mod has a loadout cost, and mods can be unlocked via in-game currency. Speaking of currency, it seems that Trion are looking into a business model that is very similar to MOBAs, in that there will be a rotation of free-to-play freelancers every X amount of time, as this is what I experienced in the alpha sneak peek. But do take this with a pinch of salt, as it is pure speculation and very early to determine at this point. So, how was the alpha? Well, to be honest, the performance was not too shabby. Loading times, for the most part, was very minimal, but that could very well change once more players come into the game in the future. However, what I wished they've done was they should have unlocked all the characters, making it more accessible and easier for players to assess the game. I understand that they might want players to test the business model, but that could have been postponed to the beta, as the alpha should have focused purely on mechanics and performance. Now, onto the game itself. In general, I enjoyed my time with Atlas Reactor. Character models were solid and diverse, each having his or her own unique personality and skills. Graphically speaking, it was great, and animations were fresh and exciting. Although a random 5-second cutscene from time to time comes, which I think for some it might get a little annoying. In the main menu, the soundtrack, while it was the only one and looping all the time, was so good and never overstayed its welcome, and I look forward to see as to what they might bring to the table in the future. Not to mention the in-game music was pretty good. In terms of mechanics, well, sadly I'm split between two minds regarding the way the simulation works. The idea of phases for some reason didn't really fit in with what the game wants to be. In some scenarios, thematically it didn't make sense at all. Let me give you a brief example. Nyx, who is a sniper that deals damage from long range, shouldn't really be in the mess that happens in the middle and should be the less freelancer that moves. Suddenly, he gets surrounded by players from the opposing team. The most sensible thing to do is leave before getting hit. Then you realize that you can't move before you get hit and possibly die because of the phase system. Not only that, but he is a freelancer that doesn't have dash abilities, except for the standard catalyst skills that are only one-time use in a match. Should a player be punished just because he or she can't move before being hit? Not only that, but in most cases, his stealth skill becomes useless due to the fact that he will get hit before moving, which will cancel the stealth ability. Thematically, that really shouldn't be the case. To make matters worse, the map seemed too cramped and filled with many obstacles that could be used as cover, but sometimes hinders your chances of landing shots. Removing the phase system altogether is unreasonable, and maybe many people enjoy this system. And don't get me wrong, I didn't hate it altogether myself. But what if it's possible to have 2 phases? Prep and action. In the action phase, a player can move, blast, and dash, but players are limited with two actions. If a player moves away from an attempted blast, then the player can receive reduced damage. Another issue I found with the game is the 30-second time limit. For a tactical game with this depth, and the fact that it's a team-based game, I think it's too short for a time limit to discuss with teammates what should be done in the next turn. To clarify, the game does show what teammates are willing to do in the next turn. However, with all these markers and indications, adding to the fact that you only have 30 seconds to decide what to do, it's just too overwhelming. Not to mention the fact that there isn't in-game voiceover IP of any nature, which I think is really needed. While I didn't really like the phase system all that much, I still found an amount of entertainment that got me hooked to the game. I'm very eager to see what Trion will do with all the feedback that they have received. This is a game that I will continue to follow closely, as I really love the concept and hope that it succeeds in getting the attention it deserves. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, these were my thoughts, and I look forward to see what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye for now.
The prey retaliates. The most dangerous game.
Been waiting to use this. Yeah. You're my eyes and ears.
Ciao.
Hey, can't you see I'm busy here? Gonna smash you real good.
Run him down. You hide, he'll see. The chase is on.
You'll take what I give you. Shot in the dark.
Can't have too many iterations.
Let's play a game of hunt and seek.
There is no escape.
Back on the hunt.
Crash from on high.
You, Mark II.
Behold, an angel of vengeance.
Let's play a game of tag.
Not cool! Can't live without me. A black hole in a bubble. What could go wrong?
Please, stay at arm's distance.
Have my eyes closed.
Twisting steel.
Target practice. I was never here.
I am the hunter. You.
Oh, yeah!
Back off! There is no suffering in death.
My skills are sharpened.
Victory!